to call upon the stage Professor Ganga.
Guest of today's event, Shri Puran Chandra Jamatia ji, Honorable Chief Executive Member TT-AATC, Shri Paul Tangbuchi, Honorable Member of Legislative Assembly of Tripura, resource persons from Jamia Millia Islamia and Kolkata, Professor K.S. Kusuma ji and Dr. Uma Shankar Pandey ji, Shri Sanit Devrai ji, who is my producer here, and currently he is the editor of a leading newspaper in Tripura, Aaj Ke Faryad. The organizers, especially Dr. Sunil Kalai ji, convener of this program, HOD, Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, dear students, research scholars, guests, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to convey my heartfelt greetings to the Department of Journalism and Shri Sunil Kalai ji especially for convening such a wonderful academic event on a very, very topical theme that affects all of us, not just the journalism students or mass media, but each and every member of this community. I certainly don't have much to say on the on the media activism, because I really don't understand the word activism, whether it is positive or negative. If something is active, then and some pillar of democracy is playing some active role, it should be perceived in the proper context. But normally activism conveys some and I won't say negative, but it definitely suffixes the kind of functioning that media persons are discharging now. And my previous speaker, the senior advocate in High Court of Tripura, has highlighted about that, and he has commented upon the responsible role that media should be playing in society. As a student of political science, I would like to share my understanding and a couple of points regarding this question of indigeneity. Indigeneity, that is the cause concerning indigenous people, is something which needs conceptual clarity because of certain fallacies that are attached to this concept, not only in the...
Before I start, let me convey my gratitude to all the participants and especially the guests of honor, and notable among them the Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor G.P. Brasey, the Registrar of this University, Dr. Deepak Sharma, Convener of the event, Dr. Sunil Kalai, Chief Executive Member ADC, Sri Purna Chandra Jamatia, Honorable MLA, Mr. Paul Dangshu, Senior Editor Aaj Ke Faryad, Sri Sanit Devrai, Senior Journalist and Media Academician, Dr. Bishendu Bhattacharya, and Professor Uma Shankar Pandey and Professor Kusuma from Jamia Millia University, and faculties and students, those who are present here. 2-3 days back, let me first tell you that I am elated, I am honored, I am humbled to say the least, being invited in this occasion. 2-3 days back, when my good friend and younger brother, Bishendu Bhattacharya, he rang me up and said that you have to say something in this workshop. So what do you say? So initially, because of my commitments, professional commitments, I said no, it may not be possible for me. But subsequently I thought, why miss this opportunity to address you people, all erudite guests, all learned in this temple of learning. It's a privilege for me. So when this program schedule was sent to me, I was a little bit confused initially, because media activism, this is a very loved word nowadays, that media is hyperactive. There is social media everywhere. Within the reach of your mobile phone, you will be getting Twitter, you will be getting Facebook, WhatsApp, wherein we all can be a small journalist in our own capacity. So what's special? So then a name came in my mind. My friends, probably none of us know the name of a lady, Monirani Das. Today, you won't be knowing. I myself was also knowing her name a few days back. I'm just jumping straight into the topic and setting the tone of this workshop. What and how it should, the way it should go by. Because in that way only you will be benefited. Otherwise, simply spending 3-4 days and yawning and listening to our boring speeches, it may not be that much absorbing for you people. Because this type of workshops ultimately take the shape of some boring events, what we have seen. So it should not be like this. So therefore, I have raised the name of Monirani Das. Who is Monirani Das? We don't know. But when I tell you people that, friend, the results of Tripura election, assembly election, that was declared on 2nd of March, if I am not wrong. And then what happened? Today we are standing on 3rd of May. More than 2 months have passed. This Monirani Das, she was a humble village lady working, staying in village Laltila under Khwai district. She was doing a small job of cooking midday meal in school, and in lieu of that she used to get ₹2,000 per month. And after the present party came into power, some of the stakeholders, they thought that this lady is not having sufficient political allegiance to our party, so she should be ousted from her job. And in that way, this Monirani Das lost her job and earning of 2,000 per month, and she is at the verge of starvation. So I would like to set the tone. So whether that this news has not come in any media, so in that case, can we call that media is active or there is media activism? Probably not. So what should we call it? You will be finding that there are some good news, like today G20 summit that occurred in Tripura. So that got wide publicity. But ultimate yield, what is the yield from that? If we ask ourselves, time will say what is the yield. But this Monirani Das, she lost her job. She lost her means to live. But nobody is bothered. So here comes the role of media. This is your duty. There are thousands of Monirani Das or Monirani Koloi or Monirani Deburma in different corners of Tripura. Those who are suffering for this or that reason. Here I am straight away talking about post-poll violence or post-poll revenge or post-poll vendetta. But we just cannot ignore. So it is your duty to bring into fore, to winch into fore the stories of these poor people. That is media activism. But what we are seeing now, we are seeing selective media activism. I would call that selective. Because media only gets attracted to those issues which raises TRP. So I hope in this symposium or workshop, whatever we call it, we will be discussing in detail about the aspects not only of active media, but also selective media activities. That also need to be touched. Until and unless that is touched, Monirani Dashes will always be in oblivion. So this is number one. It is not that media had not been active. I am a practitioner in the High Court and all other courts, as I have just now introduced myself. I can tell you just one story. This is inaugural speech, I know. I won't be taking much of your time. I will be just giving you some example that if media is active, how things can go orderly in the society. What happened? I am just giving you one example. You all must have heard about that famous or infamous case of MLA murder case, what it is popularly called, the murder of MLA Parimal Shah in 1984. So after 33 years of his murder, the culprits were booked under law. In that case, one judge was supposed, retired judge was supposed to give witness. On the morning of his day of deposition, or one day prior to the day of his deposition, some hooligans dropped in his house and threatened him that, sir, better if you don't go. We can very well understand who were the persons or who might be those persons, those who were going there and threatening the witness not to depose in the court. And then he informed me. Myself happened to be the special public prosecutor in that case. He rang me and said that I may not be able to go to the court to depose because this is the situation. My life is under severe threat. So then I called the police, I informed the police, but I was not having much faith upon the police. Believe me, I am speaking from my heart. So the next thing I did, I called my friends from media, and believe me, all of them jumped into phone like anything. And in the next day newspaper, it became headline that a witness in the form of a retired judge has been threatened not to go to the court to depose in a case. This is active media activism. This is the example. Because of the media, police had to arrange the security for that judge. The fearless judge, vis-a-vis the witness, went to the court, deposed, which ultimately resulted in conviction of 13 assailants of that MLA, who was murdered way back 33 years back. So media has got immense role to play. So in this symposium, I will be, in all probability, I will be addressing the students and faculties. So being a student of law, my role would be, first of all, to say about media activism vis-a-vis the selective activity of the media, which probably is not desirable. Because when we will be charting this topic, you yourself will understand that this may not be the proper way of pursuing our profession. Because you know, you people, those who are indigenous, we all know that this is a hidden, this is no secret, that you enjoy the benefit of reservation because of our constitutional provisions. But here, my friends, you won't be enjoying any reservation. You are on your own. You won't be getting any promotion. You won't be getting any salary hike because you are from indigenous class, because you are reserved community. Like I call myself a mongrel because every day we jump into the dustbin and earn our bread. We are free birds. So like that, you all are free birds. You won't be enjoying, you are not answerable to anyone, but at the same time keep that in mind. Keep the dictum of Article 19 of the Constitution, because Article 19 gives you freedom of speech. But the next question that comes, whether Article 19, that is the freedom of speech, is unfettered, does that mean that whatever, whenever I feel like to say anybody or somebody, it becomes absolute, or whether I enjoy that right? The answer is no. I just cannot say anybody or everybody whatever I feel like or whenever I feel like. There are certain restrictions in our freedom of speech. So while pursuing this profession, you all need to keep in mind, because nowadays we are seeing a trend, because you all will be highly educated, having master's degree in journalism, and you will be working in your field. But in our country, we have seen a section of media, those who are not educated enough, unfortunately. Maybe because of some constraints, they are not, and nobody bothers to educate them. With a mobile phone, they enter into a public person's vicinity or premises and say, I am a journalist, I can click your photograph, I can enter in your kitchen, I can enter in your bedroom, and I can take the news, if we call that news at all. That is not desirable. And I hope all the best to all of you. There are so many things which are perching in my stomach and also bubbling in my mind. But this is not the appropriate occasion. When I will be addressing you in proper time, definitely I will be raising. So, with that and a note of thanks to all those who are present off the dais, including the dignitaries, I would like to cut short my speech in the word that don't lose hope. You may not be enjoying the benefit of reservation being indigenous in this profession, but you can enjoy your freedom. Because at the end of the day, it is the freedom which will keep us alive. Until and unless that is assured, democracy is of no meaning. Thank you.
Morning, namaskar. Shri Purna Chandra Jamatia, Chief Guest of this program, who is Honorable Chief Executive Member, Tripura Tribal Area Autonomous District Council, Dr. Deepak Sharma, Registrar, Tripura University and Guest of Honor, Shri Paul Dangshu, Honorable Member of Legislative Assembly, Tripura, Shri Sunny Devroy, Editor, Ajkar Farid, Tripura, Dr. Deepak Upadhyay, Head in Charge, Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, Tripura University, Shri Sunil Kalai, Convener of Media Activism and Indigeneity 2023, who is also working as an assistant professor in the same department in Tripura University. Other journalists, media personnel, students from Tripura Tribal Folk Music College, Kumbung, invitees, ladies and gentlemen. And also, we are honored to have with us Professor K.S. Kusuma from Jamia Millia Islamia, Dr. Uma Shankar Pandey from Shankarnath College for Women, Kolkata, and other dignitaries in this inaugural functions. We are gathered here in the inaugural function of a workshop that is on Media Activism and Indigeneity 2023, which is sponsored by Tripura Tribal Areas Autonomous District Council, and which is being organized by the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, Tripura University. We all know the role of media, both print and electronics, in dissemination of information in this age of technology. Media is a very, very component of our society, and through media only, through newspapers, through radio, through television, even through social media, we communicate, we disseminate, we send information related to all the aspects of our society. By all aspects, I mean related to education, politics, economy, tourism, health sector, development and whatnot. For all the activities, for all the achievements, information are passed, information are sent, information are communicated through the media, both print and electronic. Considering the importance of media, Tripura University has proposed this workshop, and I am very happy to know that the Tripura Tribal Areas Autonomous District Council's authorities have happily agreed to sponsor this workshop. And today it is only for the tribal media personnel of Tripura. What I would like to advise is that, we in the university also have to play a very, very important role in the field of media also. Therefore, my suggestion will be that in near future, we shall have to organize such type of workshop not only for the media fraternity of Tripura, even for the entire northeastern state. What we can do is that we can invite around 10 from each 8 states of northeastern region, including Sikkim, then we can have workshop. And also, I would like to suggest that we can include the media personnel, journalist, reporter, editor from all the states in a large, whole bigger than this, where we can, tell, where we can teach, where we can guide, where we can motivate our reporter, our editor, our journalist, our writer. About media, I'd like to suggest that, whenever some information, some press release, some notifications are sent to the editor or the studio, if news are of, not simple nature or some conflict nature, then before publishing those news, those informations must be verified from the concerned authority before it is finally published or printed in the newspaper or broadcasted in the electronic media. And this media send a message to the mass public in the state, in the country. Now technology is so fast that within a minute the news received all over India and all over the globe also. Therefore, the media personnel, the editor, the journalist, the reporter must be very, very careful before publishing any news which is concerned with some community, with some religion, or with some educational institutions, including university and colleges also. That is what I would like to suggest, and I know that their role is very, very important. Their role is very, very difficult also, very, very tough also, because they have to travel a lot. They have to visit many places, many houses. They have to visit many communities, and they have to meet and interact with many types of people in the society for collecting information. And there are some information which are of confidential nature, which cannot be, issued or which cannot be given to any person also. And there are some information which are very, very useful for the common people, for the society, and for the country also. Therefore, the media personnel's role is very, very important, very, very sensitive also, and very, very confidential. And they carry a big, big responsibility in disseminating the information through various media in the country. Now, I will not take much time because I have to attend another program after this. I would like to congratulate the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, though there are only 2 regular faculty members, but they are very active in organizing this program. And I would also like to thank the Tripura Tribal Area Autonomous District Council for sponsoring this program. And I wish that in future we shall be able to organize a workshop or a seminar even bigger in size in terms of number than this. I wish this program all success. Thank you. Namaskar.